How we doing there, Parlay Pete?
We are doing fantastically. How are we doing today?
Not too bad. I meant to have some intro music ready for you, but then I fucked up. Oh, dang, I messed up again too.
I figured you were maybe going to give us a little bad and bougie or something like that.
No, I was gonna give you one better than that.
Considering the pre-production speak.
No, I was gonna give you a better one.
How much better? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still on theme.
Shout out to all my trap niggas. Shout out to my nigga Bo. I see
Trap.
trap.
Hey, it's funny. So when we would see Trap, this is what we would say to him when we would see him. We'd be like, Trap.
I remember.
Yeah.
Man, I know we probably talk about this more than we should on this show, but I think Migos and Future will always hold a more special place in our heart, despite how they're rated as artists, just because we were literally in the places that made their music pop when their music popped.
Yes.
Like, yeah, the Travis Porter shit was cool, like all the other Atlanta niggas, but like they ended up not like becoming legends. We're talking about like,
Legends.
People who can be your favorites of all time, and you're not gonna get laughed out of a room.
Yeah, we were there in real time.
Yeah, like when you didn't expect the Migos to just make hits yet. You know what I'm saying? They just making club bangers.
Yeah.
Man, I missed the Migos, man. RP.
Migo.
Goddamn. How do we end up even talking about the Migos in pre-production?
Because it started with the J. Cole aspect, but then I had said we somehow had gotten Drake into it, or I kind of brought Drake in.
Well,
I brought him in because of the J. Cole speech
and your OVO
it was
chain.
Joe Budden. Nah. So what is it? Do I have an OVO chain or do I have a good music chain? Which one is it, Lee? Or I'm repping both?
Yeah, you watch House of Cards?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Never seen it.
I just started watching it last week. Yeah, I'm years late. It's good.
I obviously, I've heard a lot about it, but I never no.
Okay. Well,
there's a lot of TV. I just am not a TV guy, and I know you say you weren't either. But like, again, there's certain shit. Like, again, I've never seen Sopranos, The Wire. There's just a lot of stuff.
That's the one good thing about if you're in a relationship, you get put on the TV stuff because women watch way more TV than guys like this. Like we're sports guys.
Absolutely. I think I might have told you this because an example of that for me would be a movie, even. The Truman Show. I'd never seen The Truman Show. Couture put me on, watched The Truman Show, blown away. It's crazy. It's kind of one of my favorite movies.
It's so. I'm never looking to watch a movie on a weekday. Like I'm not coming home from work and turning on a movie. I might binge a series, but I'm not turning on a movie. But even with your shorty and y'all get off from work and she's like, hey, you want to watch this movie? Yeah, no problem. And you might watch two.
Isn't it easier? It's easy though.
Yeah.
You don't have to cook up something, whether it be just from a we're just tired standpoint or I don't want to. You can order takeout. You can do what you want food wise. You can cook together, whatever. But it's easier, especially, and even let's just say, man, I really want to get my dick sucked tonight, or something. It's just it's easy. It's like an easy listen. It's just easy.
Yeah, like when y'all watching that movie together, there's gonna be some type of cuddling thing going on, and if you just get like a little bit of wood, you just start popping it up, and she feels it.
Yeah, and depending on how they're laying on you, if their head's like kind of in your lap, they can feel it, but then you're just touching ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Handful of it.
Yeah. It sets itself up very nicely if you're a man and you're heterosexual and you like women. It's very It's natural.
Well,
I don't know how else to put it. To be honest with you, it's natural.
It's honestly unnatural to be on a couch with a woman watching something and there not being some type of physical contact. It's weird.
Some type of physical contact and or right, because what's the point of really of the movie at that point?
I mean, it might be a good movie.
Yeah, but then at that point, you've probably seen it before, or it's literally something you didn't see in theaters, and then it's like, well, why did you guys go see it in theaters if you wanted to see it so fucking bad? You can watch it by yourself if it wasn't in theaters. You're watching it with a chick. She's either seeing it because she took another John out, or if it's actually your girl, then why didn't y'all go see it?
Hey, what are we gonna
now? There's because then it's not about the movie, is what I'm saying. Because you would have went to see it in theaters if you wanted to really see it, and you have a girl and she wanted to see it. Why wouldn't you just go see it? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Are we gonna name that segment "Dear John"? Or we gotta workshop it.
I'd like that as a working title. I do. I think tentatively that's a great way to announce the segment. I mean, we could make it like the Notebook. I don't know how we can incorporate that. And maybe that's like the. Have you ever seen the Notebook?
I have a dick.
Okay.
Have you?
I had to in high school. I had a girlfriend that, I mean, she was white. How about that?
I wasn't in a relationship like when the Notebook was a thing to watch, so I didn't have to watch it.
Oh yeah, there's that. And then what's the vampire movie? I went and saw that in theaters.
Yeah.
Twilight.
Did you read the books too?
No, come on. I have a dick. No, I didn't read the book, but because I have a dick, I did see it in theaters with a woman. So, because I have a dick, and in high school, what's the easiest? We just talked about it. If you're watching a movie, what makes a chick horny in a movie theater? Her man being up on her and touching her, and you're watching what she wants to watch. She's rubbing your dick the whole movie. You know, you're thinking to yourself, he's like, you like watching these vampires. I want you to suck the life out of this guy. That's what I want, you know? And that's just the honest to God truth. People can look at this show and this segment, if this gets clipped up or anything, like, you can say what you want to say, but these are the hard truths that we have to live with.
Hey, Parlay Pete, we are recording. It says live, and this will get clipped.
Okay. Well, so be it, right? I think that's what pushing.
This is culturally inappropriate.
There you go. With AC Lee.
One of these days. One of these days, Alice. One of these days.
Yeah.
You know, I almost said that to somebody at work today.
It wasn't a certain employee, was it?
No, it was random.
Okay.
I don't know what I've told you.
You don't even know which employee I'm talking about. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, and I don't even know what employees I've talked to you about. So it's, you know.
Well, you got somebody that might want your dad because they want you, but you're emotionally unavailable for them. You're emotionally unavailable for them. Then you got
Hey.
You got the sweat. No. You got the sweater cow.
Sweater cow.
Yeah. The milk. The cannons, but I mean, you told me about a couple, but those being the two stories that stood out to me.
Okay, well, let's, you know.
Well, we'll calm it down. We don't have to bring Bezos up. I shouldn't have said that. Well, you've said Bezos world on here before.
Yeah, I mean, this whole world is its world, you know.
Well, regardless of what people want to realize, yes, he runs he has a fraction of it.
I mean, everything's powered by AWS.
Everything's powered by AWS. You can't get anything delivered without it being these guys, and
they're going to drive the post office out of business.
And you know, it's crazy. I always thought that the biggest loser for Amazon was Walmart, but Walmart still wins.
Hey, you know why?
Some people just like movies like to go to get their shit in person.
You know what else?
What's that?
The people who go to Walmart don't keep up with the latest trends. And that's
Walmart's
not a
great,
knock,
though.
huh?
I said Walmart's great, though.
Yeah, it's not a knock, but like your typical Walmart shopper isn't up on all the trends. They're more Facebook, less Twitter. You know what I mean?
Correct. That's true. If people that use Facebook faithfully are Walmart shoppers. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If there's somebody watching this right now on your Facebook, I would love for them to drop a comment and tell me I'm wrong. Now, granted, you could say, well, nigga, everybody goes to Walmart. Well, no shit, Sherlock. But at the same time,
you buy fresh fruit from Walmart. You go to
who goes to Walmart? Do you go to Walmart more than once a month? And that will answer the question. I don't go to Walmart once a month. I go to Walmart when I need something from Walmart.
I get my dog food from there, so like I go once a month, but it's for dog food or like
you're not a one-stop shop guy.
No, not with dog food, because the dog food be Walmart be having
they tax.
Yeah, Walmart just has a good price on dog food.
Yeah, and you're getting the big 50-pound bags, I'm sure.
Hell yeah, you see them two monsters I got in there?
Yeah, and they're how long does it take them to eat all that?
I don't know.
Because we've only got at my dad's house at least. We got a dog. Well, technically there's 3 dogs, but there's one that's the outside dog, which I'm sure you've met. And then
does the outside dog have a name, or is his name Outside Dog?
Frack. It actually didn't have a name. Is what's crazy, but we had 2 when you came to the house that time. We had 2, but one of them died like last Christmas.
I remember.
Yeah, which it was so
sad.
But yeah, I've had that dog since I was in high school, so it's very sad that Minnie died. R.I.P. Minnie. But yeah, the other one's name is Frack. That's his name.
You know Big Marv, right?
Yeah. He's not. Think of that. He's no longer Fat Marv. He's Big Marv.
Can't even really.
And now he's not even big, right?
Like, if I hadn't lost this weight, I would be bigger than Marv. Pause.
New Kung Fu Kitty.
But Marv came. Like, I want to say it was the first time he came to my house at college.
Out there.
Yeah, in the Ville.
Okay.
My mom had like these 2 dogs. They were outside dogs. You know, no fence, no leash, no chain. I don't even know if they had collars. They just stayed around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't bother nobody, just barked to let somebody know, let somebody know. Let you know somebody outside. Marv asked me their names. I'm like, bro, I don't know them dogs' names. I just came home one weekend and they was here. So he named them Dog 1 and Dog 2. Now, which one was Dog 1 and Dog 2? Didn't matter. Dog 1 and Dog 2.
And obviously, I know you got Gucci in California, right? So
yeah, I didn't have my dog died in high school, my Siberian Husky, and I didn't have another dog.
Oh wow, you had a pretty dog.
Yeah, I didn't have another dog until I got Gucci. My mama would get like little yard dogs, but
they were her dogs. They weren't your dog. It wasn't your dog.
Yeah, and I was in college, so like I wasn't even home when she was buying them, and they probably run away. I don't know what happened to them dogs.
That's such an interesting thing, because that's kind of how we were. I grew up with dogs. We had one family dog. Like, that dog is so crazy. This is a true story. That dog is buried where we have a mural set up for my mom where her ashes are. We literally decided to place it there. Yes, that dog was that big. Smokey was our dog's name. We never had a leash, never had a cage. That dog roamed around our neighborhood, always came back home. We didn't even have to low-key feed this dog. It was that. Smokey was like we did. I'm not saying we didn't. Smokey was like a human.
Smokey might just come back with a carcass or something.
He's killed raccoons. He killed squirrels. He
killed raccoons.
We have a creek at my house. So like, even for water supply, this is what I'm saying. It was a self-sufficient dog. He killed a raccoon once. We saw it. Like, it was unbelievable. That dog
Coons are vicious.
Man, let me tell you. This
Can
dog,
you call raccoons coons on podcasts, or do you have to say raccoon?
I call it a raccoon because that's just the proper name. I don't mind calling it a coon. I think that I have a different meaning for coon, which we're going to get to in a little bit when it comes to our fan base. But like, so I like to distinguish the two. That way, you know who I'm talking about.
Okay, because I grew up talking about coon hunting, coon dogs. Ooh, it's a coon out there.
Well, Lee, you're a little bit more in the country, you know. It is. It would be considered more country.
I'm from the country. I'm surrounded by fucking woods.
Yeah.
If I
walk
outside,
so am I. Georgia is woods.
So I'm surrounded by my family woods when I walk outside.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I live in the country.
Yeah. It's crazy. Somebody might think that I'm more country than you because for whatever reason, people think that I sound country. And I'm like, no, the fuck I don't.
Yes, you do, nigga.
I do not. Country? I don't sound country. Maybe I have a southern accent. That's fine. I sound country. Okay.
Not in a negative way. You don't sound
I don't take it as a negative.
No, you don't sound like a hit.
But I don't sound country because I'm not from the country. I'm southern. I'm from the South. I will take you have a southern dialect accent twang. All that is fine with me. Don't tell me I'm country. Because I'm not country. I'm not from the fucking country.
Who from the locker room can I call? I'm gonna let you pick.
Well, Josh Holsey would be the first person that I would honestly reach out to.
He was my first call. We can't call him.
He's not an option.
It's 8:00. We can get Boink on the phone.
Let's hold that for later in the show. We can get him towards the because
I was only calling to refute your claim that you're not country. I wasn't calling.
I'm not country. I'm not country, but I mean, I guess it's fair to ask one of them. But like, nobody thinks I am not country, Lee. Like that's the point. I'm not country because I'm not. And Boink is honestly perfect because Boink is from the same area that I'm from. So is Boink country? The fuck? I mean, what are we?
It's more so your accent.
Yeah, but does that accent, what is that attributed to? Because you've heard my dad speak. Do you think he's country? I don't think so. No. I think that he says things like commode. There are things that give away where he's from. But I don't.
My family says commode.
Yeah, well, but my dad is from the country, and he's the only parent from the country. My mom is from urban city, Wilmington, Delaware. Like she wasn't country at all. Like, do you think Justice is country?
Yes.
Wow.
Country accent, absolutely.
Lair certainly didn't sound country. I don't know. I mean, I know you were, at the funeral. I don't think Taurus and Donis are country. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm country. That's my point. I might wear a Georgia hat. I might have ripped denim. I'm not country, though. I'm just from the South.
I just couldn't read it. I just didn't know what it said. I'm not playing these games with AI bots today.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
They tried to get us last week, but I guess we should talk about the most pressing news.
You want to hit the theme music? Because I actually feel like doing this.
The Falcons have their guy. Falcons hired Kevin Stefanski to be the new head coach. Parlay Pete at Baked Pie on socials. What are your thoughts?
B+. I'll go ahead and get ahead of it. In terms of the initial hire, when I first heard it, I said B+. And here's why. To me, he was the best available candidate in terms of for what it is that you want. And what it is that we wanted was three things. Offensive-minded, experienced, and younger. He's 43. He's coached as a head coach in the NFL for 6 years, and he's an offensive-minded coach with an offensive background. Obviously, he has spent years with the Vikings organization. Think about it. Before he went to Cleveland, that was literally all he knew. He had been with the Vikings since 2006. So think about it. He was with Brad Childress, Zimmer. He's so, he
got a network.
Yeah. That's 3 different guys that he was able to stay in the building for 3 different tenures. And each of those coaches honestly had success. Brad Childress, obviously Brett Favre, NFC Championship, like Adrian Peterson's getting drafted. Zimmer went to an NFC Championship as well. A lot of success under his and a former Falcon himself, defensive coordinator. And then obviously, what's his face? The current head coach, drawing a blank. Help me, Lee.
I can see him. Kevin
O'Connell.
Yeah, there we go.
So he's been under 3 different regimes at one organization, gets hired by the Browns. Obviously, maybe before now, Detroit would have been in the race with them as the 2 worst franchises in the NFL. Cleveland still, I think, low-key ultimately holds that title.
I mean, the Deshaun Watson trade is a example of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say an A word that you normally use about what that was. I don't know if I don't want to be that insensitive on these clips, and so,
A word.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
exactly. That's what that trade was. And
wow.
I know. I didn't want to say.
You're gonna implicate your mans like that on camera?
Nobody has the tea leaves. They don't even know what I'm talking about. It might start with an A and an S. How do we know what word I'm even talking about? Could be ass. It was the most ass trade, Lee. God, I didn't want to say ass. I don't want to do that type of stuff. But the point is that this is a guy that came from that organization. This is one of the worst organizations ever. And it was one of the few things that they did right by hiring him. He's a 2-time coach of the year. Notice how I didn't even bring that up in terms of the 3 check marks that I needed for my head coach. That was a bonus. Fuck him winning coach of the year, honestly. I think it's impressive. It's great. Bill Belichick might have 2 coaches of the year, and he's coaching the National Football League for 20-plus years. So it's great that he has those, but that's not even why I like to hire. I like to hire because at the end of the day, he's bringing things that the organization needs. And I know that we're going to get into everything outside of the hire, but from X's and O's standpoint, this guy was the right hire. He was the best available hire. Mike McCarthy would have been the only other person, if we're talking about resumes, that you wanted to bring in. And then I know a lot of people wanted Clint Kubiak because, of course, the night that we hired him, they put up 41 on San Francisco, and they're in the NFC Championship. But what people fail to realize is that we've already hired a hot Seattle coordinator once. It ended badly, started great. Obviously went to the Super Bowl with DQ, and DQ's landed on his feet and has a coaching job again. But no, man, we needed somebody that had experience. This guy's got experience. We needed an offensive-minded coach if you believe in Michael Penix, or even without believing in Michael Penix, you're going to eventually need to replace him too. You need somebody that's going to be able to work with that quarterback because everything else is in place.
Brick's not getting a head coaching job anytime soon.
Exactly. And in Cleveland, he didn't have these things in place. He had when he first got there, he had Baker Mayfield, who many had looked at and said, I don't know. Basically, that's what Baker was at that point. He was I don't know type of guy.
Oh, we saw flashes when Freddie Kitchens was calling plays his rookie year.
Yeah. He was I don't know guy. And actually, I went to the game where he went off because the Falcons played them. I was at that game. I paid $120, Lee, to sit on the front row at the 50-yard line in the freezing cold. And again, Baker was I don't know guy. But he gets there, what happens? Baker wins 11 games. They go to the playoffs. People are talking about Baker might need an extension, which everybody knows if you're a quarterback that got drafted by a team, there is no such thing as a Sam Darnold, Geno Smith deal for those guys. Now, they might not get the Supermax, basically, the highest. Like Bryce Young is not going to be the highest paid quarterback if the Panthers go 8-9 again and they decide to keep him. They're not going to pay him $60 million, but he will get 40 over 3 years with 2 of those years guaranteed. They're going to pay him well.
He'll get $20 million a year.
And,
probably 25.
And we got King Atlanta Supporter 1. I'm just happy changes in Atlanta. We love it. And that's kind of how we feel. There needed to be some change.
I love that picture too. Hey, add to the notes that we should talk about MLK as Morehouse niggas.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I guess my thing is this. It's just this hire, it shouldn't be as polarizing as it's been. And I know that you'll probably, we're going to hear your thoughts on this shortly, just from the X's and O's, and we'll get to kind of the outside noise of it. But I just think that it's the right hire in terms of what's available. There isn't anything better that the Falcons could have done from an X's and O's standpoint. There wasn't a better hire. It checked the most boxes. So I'm happy with the hire. Obviously, I wish that we could have gotten somebody sexier. Yeah, of course I do. But in this hiring cycle, I like this hire.
Hey, sexy guys aren't usually single.
Exactly. Right. And then there's that aspect of it.
Not for Mike Vrabel, who we had in the building. But
and this isn't college football quarterbacks where everybody just wants to transfer every year. They can't be that sexy guy. They can't be the sexy guy that can just pick and choose who they want to fuck. They're not Leonardo DiCaprio, where they can just, I'm getting on the next hot train as soon as it's available. That's just not the way that the NFL works from the coaching standpoint. So, but what were your thoughts?
All right, so you went to the grading system. I'm going to give it an S.
Just satisfactory, huh?
No. Show me on Sundays.
And King Supporter 1, honestly, I agree with you on this, and we'll get to that. But I did want to just acknowledge you. So if we ignore you for a minute, please just stay with us. But hey, I do appreciate you chiming in. But yes, absolutely, the general manager does need to be a tough person. It needs to be somebody that commands respect of everybody.
And speaking of giving grades an S, hey, man, anybody watching the show, man, hit that S and subscribe to this channel so you can see all the content that we put out, our weekly shows, so on and so forth. But I give it an S. Show me on Sunday, starting in September. I don't care about the head coach and hire. I don't care about the Matt Ryan. I don't care about who the GM's going to be. I don't care about who we draft. I don't care about who we pick up in free agency. Because I've cared about these things year in and year out. And the thoughts and cares and analysis and so on and so forth did not matter because we didn't win on Sunday. And over the last 5 years, going to Falcons games, watching Falcons games, every season we legitimately could have won 10 or 11 games. And we won 7 or 8. And in those seasons of winning 7 or 8, nigga, we could have won like 3. Like, that is really the difference in these games. Like, a swing here, a swing there, a season on season. So that led me to believe, hey, the margins are super slim in the NFL. Even when, like, that ass whooping by the Panthers. We both watched that game and said, oh, they didn't really beat us that bad. It was this. All of this makes sense.
The score was misleading.
Yeah, the score was not a reflection of the game. Like, our offense actually was better than theirs, but we couldn't do shit inside the red zone. So it was just weird. So in saying that, it doesn't matter. If Stefanski's the right guy, but the GM's the wrong guy, it doesn't work. If Stefanski's right, the GM's right, but they can't get quarterback, it doesn't work. If Stefanski and Brick don't mesh, it doesn't work. If we have a rash of injuries, it doesn't work. So instead of getting caught up on predictions as a fan, just show me on Sundays, starting in September, man.
That's such a cop-out answer, Lee. That's ultimately what we want, but we want to know what you actually think about the hire, not what you hope to see and your optimism. I want to know truly, do you think that this was a good hire?
He met the wickets of what I wanted the Falcons to prioritize.
So he checked your boxes as well.
Yes. I am based on past performance. I'm happy with Kevin Stefanski. And as we transition this into the more spicy part of the conversation, getting into some hard R behavior.
Yes.
I saw the graphic of Stefanski side by side with Raheem Morris over the last 2 years. I heard what they said on the arena. You know, there's some more stuff going around. Here's what I want y'all to know. A lot of these people did not watch the Falcons, do not watch the Falcons. A lot of these people did not watch the Browns, do not watch the Browns.
Nope.
And also, some of your favorite sports analysts, especially some of these retired athletes who aren't on networks, they're not watching all the games and they're not listening to people talk about it. So they're not getting any type of true perspective outside of a game here, a game there, what's on the four letters and a little bit of Twitter and the media narratives, right? So comparing Raheem's last 2 years to Kevin Stefanski and saying, oh, Raheem Morris won more games than Kevin Stefanski. Why would you fire this guy and hire that guy? Here's why. Raheem had a better roster, a better situation, and a better opportunity to win games. And although he won more games than Stefanski, he won less games than he was expected to. Now, Stefanski was expected to win games because he's Kevin Stefanski, and he went to the playoffs twice in 6 years. But starting this year, twice in 5 years in Cleveland, a place that doesn't go to the playoffs ever, right? He overachieved his contract, his time with the team. And he had legitimate reasons for losing. They traded away their future for Deshaun Watson, who wasn't good and was hurt. And then reports said Kevin Stefanski didn't want him. Kevin Stefanski can be wrong for not wanting Deshaun Watson and not putting Deshaun Watson in the best predicament to win. But if your coach doesn't want a player, you can't mortgage the franchise for that player and then expect a coach to win if it doesn't work. Like, sometimes shit's got to make sense. You know, I was having a conversation with a guy today, and he was telling me that, yeah, we suck for hiring Kevin Stefanski. He sucks. And I'm like, okay, maybe. Let's see. Like, he was like, bro, he sucks. I'm like, no, he coached in Cleveland and made it to the playoffs. You can't, those two things can't exist. You can't.
I've never heard anyone say somebody that's won 2 Coach of the Years sucks.
Right.
So who the fuck was doing it for him? So Myles Garrett was just carrying the whole baggage, huh? In Cleveland this whole time. He carried the baggage the entire time. Because Baker Mayfield played on 3 other teams since he was gone when he won the first one. Then the second one, he had 6 or 7 quarterbacks starting for him, and he went to the playoffs, and he pulled Joe Flacco off the fucking couch. And Joe Flacco's been employed ever since. But somehow, some way, he's the issue.
Hey,
it's nigga logic is what it is, Lee. Hey, that's what this is. It's nigga logic. It's like, some people don't even listen to themselves.
Listen to more of this nigga logic, right? Then we start talking because he's a Tampa Bay fan.
So he's already got his bias anyways.
So, but then he starts saying, we need to fire Todd Bowles. But fire Todd Bowles. He sucks. This and that. I was like, he's won the division every year except for one as the head coach. He has the best record in the division since he's taken over as the head coach. Why are you firing him? Dog, look at what we're doing. I'm like, y'all haven't had a Super Bowl roster since the Super Bowl season.
Well, I don't know about that, but go on.
Maybe the next year, but nobody expects you to repeat.
2 years after. I mean, they could have beat Detroit that divisional game.
With Baker?
They could have won that game.
Yes, but again, they weren't that was a good season.
They weren't expected to. You're right. The expectation was not that.
This year was,
if anything, right. Even more reason why you don't fire him, not to cut you off, but he overachieved.
Yes, this year was the first year that Tampa underachieved since Todd Bowles has been the coach. And our division, not the records, the actual teams, the players on the field, better than you think if you did not watch the NFC South. The way that Carolina could have upset the team that's in the NFC Championship and already beat them in the regular season, but they were 8-9. We were 8-9, but we beat the Bills. We could have
and we beat the Rams too.
We beat the Bills and we beat the Rams. We could have beat the Patriots. We were in the game against San Fran.
But we lost to the Jets and we lost to the Dolphins.
Right.
And there's our season in a nutshell. That's the Falcons.
Right. But my point being is, hey, these teams are good. None of them are Super Bowl teams, but the top, the 3, 8, 9 teams all could have easily been 11-win teams, and they would have been talked about differently.
The Saints gave people fits.
Yes,
once Chuck got in there, they were giving people fits. I mean, those games were competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like they were covering these ridiculous 11, 12-point spreads.
Yeah, and so I'm going back and forth with this guy, and I said, why are you firing him? He underachieved this year, but Baker was hurt.
And this wasn't even a sexy coaching hiring cycle.
No.
There are only about 2, again, which I think Stefanski was one of them. There's only about 2 or 3 guys that were truly desirable. Everybody else was going to be a retread, which I guess Stefanski is. Well, they all are retreads, right? But
2 and a possible. Because LaFleur was the possible.
But until he's available, he's unavailable.
Right.
And that's how you have to view it anyways.
Right. So, and I'm telling this dude, I'm like, why would you change the entire culture of your organization because of one down year? But again, you had the best, you were tied for the best record in your division. So it was a down year, but you practically broke even. You know what I mean?
Lee, it's just like anything else. Again, overreactions. We live in an overreacting society, and it's a microwave society. We want things now. And if something's not being done now, everything's always going to be, what have you done for me lately? But we forget. We have quick memories. Everybody has a quick memory. You don't remember anything that's already happened, and you look at, well, what happened today? And that's just the issue of where we're at. When you brought it up earlier with Stefanski winning 4 games in Cleveland, but Ra winning 8 games here. If the NFC South is the worst division in football, and I would argue the AFC North is the best normally, right? So he's going against Burrow, Tomlin's Steelers. Well, and we can even just say it, fuck it, Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. They're expected to finish last. This is like Kentucky or Vanderbilt finishing 7-6 in the SEC, and then or 6-6 in the SEC, and then in the SEC, and then you look at the ACC, and with Raheem, we are Miami or Florida State, but we're 7-5, we're 8-4, and you're supposed to be the creme de, or we're Clemson actually. You got all this talent. There's no other team really in your division that's in your way. Why the fuck are you going 8-4? Why do you have 3 conference losses? What is that all about? It's the same thing. And it's not to just compare it to cross, because we're going to get to college football too. But it's not to cross compare. But the point is that you got this top tier division that this guy's been coaching in. He's won 2 coaches of the year. He's won a playoff football game in Cleveland against a division rival on the road. Ben Roethlisberger's last game. He goes in, they beat the shit out of him. They hadn't won a playoff game since 1994.
Baker wasn't born yet, cuz.
Wait, we got a comment here because this is important. You young men don't understand the racism that exists in the NFL. Stefanski is getting rewarded for his sabotage of the black QB.
Okay. Let me get this one. All right. We do understand that racism exists in the NFL, but we're not talking about race in the NFL. And when we talk about the NFL, we already know that racism exists, and that is queued up into our answers But see, we're not here to make political stances all the time. We're just talking ball the way sports people want to talk sports. So we're not bringing all that extra shit into it directly. You indirectly inject that into your analysis. Okay, that's the first point. Two, he did it wrong by who? Shador, a 5th round pick that the entire league passed over for at least 4 times. You don't owe a 5th round pick shit. And guess what? They had a 3rd round pick at quarterback in front of him. I think Shador should have went before the 5th round. I think Shador should have went over Dylan Gabriel. I think Shador should have been above Dylan Gabriel throughout the entire process once they saw them play, okay? But that's not how it happened. In the business of it, Joe Flacco, the guy who last led them to the playoffs, it's his job. Ken Pickett, a guy who's been in the NFL and played quarterback for multiple seasons,
was a backup on a Super Bowl team the year before.
Backup on the Super Bowl team the year before, and has been on a playoff.
And is a former 1st round pick, where those guys normally do get more opportunities just because of that alone, right? So
Ken Pickett is slotted at 2nd. You have to be a lot better than him to beat him.
A lot better. But that's the key word. A lot better. Not because he's black. You just have to be. You've got to show something. And I didn't want to cut you off, but and again, I share the same sentiments as you in terms of Shador. I like Shador. I thought he should have went higher, but and I think he's better than Dylan Gabriel. Kevin Stefanski did not.
But let me tie it up on the business, right? Because Shador, the 5th round pick, the 4th string quarterback, does not get the opportunity to show how good he is because of where he falls on the depth chart, okay? Because you only get so many reps. The first team got to get their chemistry reps to win games. Your 2nd string quarterback has to get his reps to be able to be a backup and develop the 2nd unit. And then Dylan Gabriel and Shador are now getting developmental reps to learn how to be pros. The guy who got drafted in the 3rd round versus the 5th round gets more reps. So Shador had so many legitimate roadblocks in front of him that delayed his opportunity to show his talent, all legitimate, that using race is weak and it's bullshit, even if it's true, because there are multiple reasons why Shador had to wait. And I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's right, but that's the business of professional sports. And I think we need, and this back in this hard R shit, we need less people talking about sports who don't take the time to understand the business of sports. I'm not saying you got to watch ESPN, Fox, FS1 all day, listen to podcasts all day. No, but you should listen to people.
If anything, we don't want you, but I wouldn't want you to listen to them because those are the people that carry off bad narratives. I would not tell you don't drink from a toxic fountain if you're thirsty. Stephen A. Smith, and this is no shots at Steve. Look, I hope, I never know who's watching. Keith Smith might be Stephen A. on fucking YouTube watching us right now, making this comment. I don't know. But what I do know is that you will get these toxic takes from these people that will put this stuff out because they've got to make money off of it too. It's the business of fucking talking about it.
Yep.
They will do it too. Max Kellerman's already said it himself. Yes, white man talking about black man. Yes, right? But the thing is, he's already laid it out. And I know that he's not lying. He ain't lying because that's what it looks like anyways. These takes and stuff get put out to get people talking because it does create more conversation. It's content. It's content. But the idea that anyone thinks that Kevin Stefanski getting hired by the Falcons should matter because Shador played for the Browns and is a black quarterback and his dad just so happened to be a Falcons Ring of Honor member. This is ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. Deion Sanders claims the Falcons, and I appreciate Prime. We do. Atlanta loves prime time. They do. His classic jersey at Walters, as a kid, when I would go to Walters, when we would get Jordan, somebody that went to church with us just so happened to be a manager, so that's how we got the J's. That's a classic jersey. You go to South DeKalb Mall. I got one of the jerseys that everybody normally owns. They own Deion Sanders.
I got a Prime jersey in the room. Remember, that's the jersey.
Yeah, it was our original picture, and that's the original. Well, and that's it in our original picture for the show. That's what you're wearing. So this Atlanta loves Prime. Yes, true.
We love Prime,
but that don't have nothing to fucking do with this goddamn hire, and people need to leave that out of this. This doesn't have anything to do with it. Shedeur was not done wrong. Whether Stefanski wanted him to be his quarterback or not is honestly irrelevant. It's irrelevant on two different levels. A, at the end of the day, he fucking started the last 7 games. So he went to him anyways. And that's job-saving time for him. One way or another, right? Yeah. Either that or the writing was already on the wall. He knew he was fired. And he's like, well, I'm going to just give the fans and the fucking owner, whoever wanted to draft him, I'm going to give them what they want so they can see. Okay, so be it. But then there's 2. At the end of the day, man, Prime don't run shit here.
He didn't want
Deion Sanders played here for 5 goddamn years, dog. I don't give a fuck how much Prime love Atlanta. We love Prime, but like he played for the Braves too, right? Like I mean, he's a generational athlete. But like at the same time, Deion Sanders don't run shit here. That nigga don't run shit here.
No, Matt Ryan does actually.
And I feel like it's almost deeper rooted. Now, this is me playing into it. I almost feel like it's deeper rooted into where people are really criticizing this more because it goes back to the hate for Matt Ryan that people have had. He's a polarizing figure here, just as the Kevin Stefanski hire is. It's just as polarizing. People either loved Matt Ryan or hated Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan got the blame whenever we lost, and then when we won, it was about, man, well, Julio, Devontae, fucking Dan Quinn was going to get credit before Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan won MVP and don't get no goddamn credit.
Man,
from certain people.
Bro, fuck his MVP season.
Yeah, we can.
No, hold on.
No, seriously. Throw the MVP season in the trash, and he still is that dude.
His nickname. And you know I'm not a Matt Ryan truther like you are.
Well, but you would call me a sympathizer. But
he earned his nickname Matty Ice because he ice in his veins.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
He wasn't Ice Trey.
No, you remember like in college when we're down 2, fourth quarter, 3 minutes left, we got the ball back. It's like, oh shit, we might get a touchdown.
Man,
nigga, we might score too fast. Like, you remember the Baltimore game?
The Baltimore game and the Chicago game. Those are 2 games I specifically remember.
Nigga, the Baltimore game, I was
and that was the Thursday night football game.
Yeah. So ROTC was working the concession stand that day.
Really?
For fundraiser. Yes.
They were making y'all niggas work for free?
No. We made money for the unit. And if you worked at the beer stand, you got tips. So that was pocket money.
But I'm saying y'all work for free outside. I mean, yes, you're getting donations, but I'm saying the Navy did not. I'm sorry, the ROTC did not pay you guys.
No, we did not get paid, but the company paid our ROTC a lot of money, so we could go to
get that free labor.
Yeah, so we could go, so people could go to balls like you. You know, you came to our ball and shit.
Hey man, look, I got invited. I didn't invite myself.
Bunch of horse shit, if you ask me.
Apparently, I took the hottie of the unit too. I didn't even know she was the hottest chick. She was attractive, but
we don't talk about her on this broadcast.
I'm just saying.
She might listen.
Really?
Yeah.
What was her name?
I'm not gonna say that out loud here.
We'll do it off air. Shout outs to you though. I'm sure she'll remember if she watches.
But no, so I leave my post to walk out and watch that last drive, and it was just beautiful. So I say all of that to say that Matt Ryan, yeah, we did blow leads a lot at the end of his career, but that's not who he always was. And the hate for Matt Ryan, and now remember, I'm gonna sound like a sellout. And if you know me, if you listen to what we talk about on here, you know I'm not.
Tell your truth, brother.
But this is some of the this is the black racist shit that black people don't admit that bothers.
The reverse racism.
Yeah, like, hey, dog, if you are that type of person, cool. Own it. And at the same time, if you're gonna be a racist that's just not in power, don't be mad when racist people in power treat you like they're racist. Because
come to me with some goddamn facts about the situation. Let's start there. Where the fuck are your facts at? Bring some fucking facts to the table. The fact of the matter is that Matt Ryan is top 10 statistically in every quarterbacking metric, and this guy didn't play but for 14 years, which Brady Breeze, these niggas that are ahead of him, they all played more years. Phillip Rivers played longer than Matt Ryan. Ben Roethlisberger, everybody that is ahead of him played longer than him. Matt Ryan was on the trajectory. That's why every time the Falcons, they're like, Matt Ryan threw for 30,000 yards. He's the fastest to do this in NFL history. Matt Ryan's trajectory was to go there. He fell off faster. He did. But at the end of the day, I just think that the Matt Ryan hate has to stop. We got to stop this, man. I've seen these theories. And look, they're a minority. They're a very small minority within the Falcons fan base. But you see this stuff, these theories of people of like, man, let's hire Michael Vick to be the coach. Michael Vick is the fucking coach at Hampton.
Norfolk State.
Norfolk, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Norfolk. Southern, one of them. Something.
No, it's Norfolk State. I was going to say Delaware State, but that's Deshaun Jackson. But the point is, he's the head coach there, and people really, really think that. Or hire Prime, who's been at Colorado and hadn't won nothing. Yeah, let's bring Prime in to be the head coach of the Falcons. That'll fucking do this. And then people start talking about, well, the business and sports aspect of it, that would sell tickets. No, the fuck it wouldn't. Who the fuck do you think buys Falcons tickets, nigga? Anybody that actually owns Falcons tickets knows that the same people that spew this nonsense can't afford the shit. Yes, Young Thug or DC Young Fly, yeah, I'm sure he could buy some season tickets if he wanted to. They invite that nigga to the game for free anyways. Them niggas go to the game for free. They are not normal people. The normal people that are black that talk about this, I'm not saying it's all of them, because there are some that can afford it. But for the most part, these are tailgaters that are saying this. These are Twitter fingers. These are motherfuckers that ain't never been to Mercedes-Benz Stadium saying and I'm not even trying to get classism on people. But I'm just saying, I know how much it costs to go to the game. And it's just like, no, hiring Prime is not going to go. Ticket sales are not going to fucking go up. You want to know what's going to make ticket sales go up? Winning football games.
Hey, Parlay Pete.
Yeah. You know I'm passionate about this, man. It's just,
bro, the people who have the strong opinions go to church on Sunday and eat Sunday dinner with their family and watch the game.
They don't even have strong opinions, Lee. They got opinions. They're not strong. The opinion isn't strong. That's the issue. It's deeply rooted, but it ain't a strong opinion because there's no factual evidence to back up even their theory. Like they don't even, for their opinion, they can't even give facts to support it. Like it's a weak argument. It's fucking fodder, bro. Like that's what it is. It's fodder.
And even in specific arguments, when they're right, it's not because of their logic.
What are they right about? Give me an example of somebody like this is thinking and what they're right about.
I can't think of one specifically, but I'm just saying if you're doing a Falcons like conversation, right? You're doing some predictions and some debate. Most of what they will get right, it's not backed in any type of logic, reason, like repeatable process. It's nah, nigga. Like when you say why, when you say why is Mike Vick better? And this isn't right at all. But when you say why is Mike Vick a better Falcon than Matt Ryan, bro? Did you watch him? That nigga Vick fire.
Yeah, I had his jersey. I watched him. I say this all the time on this show. He was great. I loved Michael Vick. I had a red 7 jersey. Again, I had a red 7 jersey too. I know you know this, but I'm just saying, for anyone out there that does not agree with how I'm assessing their opinion, I am a Michael Vick fan. I love the way that he's turned his life around and gets on Fox and then is the head coach at Norfolk State now. I fucking love that. Michael Vick is always going to be a Falcon. I love the last home game of the regular season of the Super Bowl year. We played the Saints. We won that game to clinch the number 2 seed. And Michael Vick finally got to get serenade. Michael Vick had not been back. I have it on Snapchat as one of my memories. I love the moment. He was the last person they introduced to come out for the last home regular season game against our biggest rival. And like everybody loved that Mike Vick was back. That did not change what Matt Ryan's done. And it's not about Matt Ryan, but like
it's about the hate and the hard
it
on
is because they're linked together because basically everybody looks at the lame duck year from Bobby Petrino. We don't even talk about anything about that season. But that's what set up for Matt Ryan to come in. So he's the successor in reality. It's not Joey Harrington. It's not, Byron Leftwich. It's not Chris Redman. It's Matt Ryan. That's the successor to Michael Vick. And the idea that this white guy comes in, he wins 11 games, wins Rookie of the Year, and fucking goes to the playoffs and has 5 straight winning seasons when we never had back-to-back winning seasons in our history. It's, well, he's still not better than Vick. Look at what Vick had. Vick had fucking a Pro Bowl running back in Warwick Dunn, who's a minority owner, who is one of the best good guys in NFL history.
Hey.
He had Algie Crumpler, a 3-time Pro Bowl, 4-time Pro Bowler. Certainly one of the better Falcons ever.
But
Peerless Price. Wait, real quick. Peerless Price, as much as we want to dog shit on him, Peerless Price had 1,200 yards receiving the year before they signed him. Arthur Blake was doing Rich McKay too. They did what they should have done. Now, I would have traded for Randy Moss if you could have got him or, from the Vikings. Yes, that's what you do. Or T.O. before he goes to Philly. But they got Peerless Price. That's who they saw. Peerless Price had 1,200 yards. They added him. It sucks that he didn't fucking do anything. They got Jimmy Horn, who was kind of, he's washed up.
Joe Horn,
but I said Jimmy. Joe Horn, who, look at me. Yeah, thanks. They got him who had been in those Saints Falcons games, the games that people care about. The people that talk about it, the one game that they might have gone to. That's who they got. He was washed up by that point. Brian Finneran, always injured. 4th-round pick, Villanova. Not even 4th-round pick, wide receiver 4 Villanova. He would catch some balls. We had the number 1 run defense in the NFL at that time. Pat Kearney was a consistent double-digit sack guy. We had a good defense with those teams. Maybe Jim Moore wasn't the right coach. I don't know. Dan Reeves was at the start of the Michael Vick era. Hall of Fame, well, not in the Hall of Fame, but very good coach. Very good. Most accomplished coach in Falcons history at the end of the day.
Wait, you been to 4 Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Dan, and people forget it wasn't just with Denver. Dan was the Giants coach too.
Dan can coach.
And he was an NFL player and was a pretty good running back for the Cowboys in the 60s. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I guess I look at it from the standpoint of Atlanta needs to wake up in terms of their fandom. And I'm glad because I just looked at this and you know that this sits on my desk and I still have this to this day. Who is that, Lee?
Mike Vick.
I have a Michael Vick Nerf ball that I've kept that my mom got me, and it's still in its packaging from that day. She bought 2 of them. I opened up one that already got fucked up a long time ago, but I still keep this as a keepsake. I still have a home and away Michael Vick jerseys from before the jerseys changed. I'm team Michael Vick. I love that Madden. It was on my 10th birthday. I'll never forget it. Madden 03. I turned 10 that year. 04, but it was 03 when it came.
It was year 03, but it was Madden 04.
I was 10 because I'm born in 93. But my point is that, like, I love Mike Vick. I do. But we got to stop this, man. We really got to stop this. This is not even a Matt Ryan defense. It's more of a, can we hop off the Vick sack already? The nigga did not. He made amazing plays, man. We went to one NFC championship, and I'll never forget the Packers playoff win. I promise I won't. It was great. But we never stood a chance to win a Super Bowl, and he fucked the franchise in reality, which really helped it because we did get Matt Ryan because of what he did.
All right, so I'm gonna close out the Falcons with this. All of this, you know, niggas are talking about.
Wait, we got one more thing, by the way.
Understand Shador is in Cleveland and Stefanski is in Atlanta because he tried to convince the world that Gabriel Yeah. Okay.
Okay. No, but look, we agree.
Yeah.
We kind of already said that though.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. We just keep it moving. That we're not. Yeah.
But we agree. No. And we appreciate you, Keith, for viewing and commenting. But we agree with that sentiment. Like we agree.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. But I'm trying to close out a topic, and his comments just isn't relevant to the topic. And like,
go ahead.
We closed out that topic too. Like, yeah, we should have checked it earlier. Sorry, dog. But
we put it up 3 minutes ago. But go ahead.
But no, it's this city culture, identity, and all of that stuff. And Falcons fans need to be honest about who they are, or people who watch the Falcons and claim to be fans, right? You need to be honest about who you are and what you want. Do you want your team to be good, or do you want your team to be good the way that you want it to be good? So if you want your team to be good the way that you want it to be good, you're not truly a Falcons fan. Just like many Lakers fans in my age bracket, they're not true Lakers fans. They were Kobe fans because once LeBron went there, they didn't like the Lakers as much. It's not a shot. It's not a shot at them. But no. I'm not even being funny here. It's if you are a fan of the team. Excuse me. Yes, you have allegiances to players, but ultimately you want the team to be good. It doesn't matter who's making the team.
The NBA isn't fairly, and you know that.
No, I know, but I'm only making I know.
I get your correlation. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you.
So with this Falcon stuff, hey, we just had a black coach and a black GM. It did not work. It's not because they're black. It's because of a lot of things. But let's not try to say, hey, let's go get another black coach and a black GM. How about we go get the best coach and the best GM? Like for the black people who want to lead with race, why do niggas got to be black to do a job for a team that you support? Like, it don't matter if you want the team to win. You just want the team to win. And if you're really trying to be on your pro-black shit and your racially aware stuff, it's like, bro, do you know how many black people are being taken advantage of by the NFL and by you actually supporting the league and buying this stuff and going to these games and talking about it? You are supporting black people being marginalized, even though some of them are highly compensated. Like, you're talking about a league that doesn't have black owners. Like, there's not a majority black owner. A league with not many black executives.
Isn't that crazy? There's not one black owner.
Head coaches, black offensive coordinators, and see, black DC will top out as a DC a lot of times. You know what I mean? But
they'll get one chance to be the head coach. I don't want to. Right. I'm sorry for cutting you off. You're spitting, brother. Continue.
But then, like, if you're an OC, because you coach offense, that makes you a better head coach, even though being a good head coach honestly has nothing to do with your play calling. It can, but it doesn't have to. It's running an organization. So it's like, what do y'all niggas want, bro? Like, hey, if you want a team ran by niggas the Atlanta way, you raise up the money and you offer Arthur a deal that he can't walk away from. And you name them the East Atlanta Birds.
Yeah.
But no, take it, like, dog, stop. And everything, even though race matters in everything doesn't have to be about race. Sometimes we can be blissfully ignorant. Sometimes we can say, hey, I don't care if this is an oppressive thing that's happening to black people right now. I fucking enjoy it. Because you niggas still wear Nike. And guess what? People in other countries are being oppressed to make that Nike at the price that you buy it at. And guess what? Those margins look great even when the stock price isn't. Like, niggas ain't taking pay cuts. So, like, just stop being a moralist. Have your moral standards where you want to have your moral standards and all of that stuff. But dog, but miss me with all of that. Oh, Dion doesn't like Stefanski because he fucked over Shador. What the fuck Shador got to do with what we doing in Atlanta? He a 5th round pick.
Nothing.
5th round pick.
Nothing. It has nothing to do with it. And again, and we'll put a bow on this thing and close it up, and maybe it'll get revisited at some point, certainly around the draft or whatever, since now our coaching staff is pretty much set in stone. But
Fuck
again,
Tommy Reese.
Yeah, which none of us. People want to talk about outrage. Let's get outraged about that. Let's get outraged that he's bringing him with him.
What's
That's where
that
the
guy
issue
who I
comes.
don't like? Robinson. Zach Robinson. Zach. What's
Oh
his name?
well, Zach's and to your Tampa Bay point, I meant to bring this up when I did the SEC ACC comparison. Zach Robinson got a second interview for OC with the Bucs. Now I'm not complaining, but if there's anything that your buddy should be complaining about, that's what he should be scared of. He should be afraid of that. He's worried about the wrong people because they've had 2 offensive coordinators that were in the playoffs this year. He needs to be worried about that. Maybe Todd Bowles ain't the reason for the season, but at the end of the day, he's the head man, and he was able to manage that and then pick the right guy to promote. And then this next guy didn't work out. They fired him, and now they're trying to bring in that guy. He should be concerned as hell about that. That's what he should be worried about. So, but to put a bow on it, at the end of the day, Stefanski's a guy. Give him a chance, one way or another. Let's reserve our energy on criticizing a new regime before anything can even happen. We're already starting off without a first-round pick, which is fine. We're all okay with it. We should be okay with it. James Pierce is our first-round pick, and let's say that we had our pick and James Pierce played for the Rams this year and he had 10.5 sacks, and we traded this year's first-round pick for James Pierce and the Rams accepted. Let's look at it that way. To put it in layman's terms for the niggas that can't get it through their fucking heads. Let's look at it that way.
No, hold on. Make it simpler than this. The guy that we pick in that slot next year, or this in the upcoming draft, will he be better than James Pierce?
You can look at it that way too, but let's just look at it even better as if James Pierce was drafted by the Rams this year. He had 10.5 sacks, and for whatever reason, we offered them the 12th or 13th, 14th, whatever our pick is, and we said, hey, we'll give you that for him. Let's get him and Xavier Watts, and we'll give you this. And they were like, done deal. Let's look at it that way. Everybody would think, man, these guys, they fucking got away with fucking armed robbery. That's what everybody would be saying, though.
Hey, you know what Les would do if Matt called him with that shit?
Let me tell you, he blocked.
Hey, Matt.
No, he blocked Matt's number, nigga.
No, you know, I would tell him, hey, Matt, suck the skinniest part of my dick.
Lee, I'll do you one better. He does that. He picks his ass up and he farts into the phone and hangs up.
Hey, no. Like, Matt, I'll let you fuck my wife before I make that deal. Get the fuck off my phone.
Yeah, and then you hear, dude, it clicks. That's what happens. That's what happens. But wow.
But hold on, let's stay here for a quick second because I think that's an important thing to talk about is, again, the media.
We've been almost an hour. Well, I know that we started off talking. We've gone almost an hour, Falcons.
I know. But this isn't even the Falcons. The media, the business of the media, the money behind talking. You know, you used to get paid to talk, and then eventually you tied the talk to the pay instead of the pay to the talk.
Mm-hmm.
The media will start just saying stupid shit just to create a narrative. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
We're talking about, we were putting a bow on the Falcons.
Yeah, but there was we started spinning out. Fuck.
No, that's what we were on the Falcons.
Yes, but what?
We're talking about the NFL.
The NFL. Fuck. But what? When I was talking about the media, what was I saying before that?
We didn't get to it. That's what we were waiting on.
Yeah. But I'm saying before that. Like, what was?
We didn't get to it. That's what I'm saying. I was putting a ribbon on the Falcons, and he said, "Well, let's stay right here."
Yeah, but when I said let's stay right here, what were we talking about? There was like a topic within the Falcons. I'm trying to replay what we were saying because
there wasn't media. It wasn't about media.
I know. Like, it was the specific thing that we were talking about. And I was going to tie it to the media creating narratives and how they make money off of these different narratives that aren't reflective of what's actually going on, but then they become reflective of what's going on. Like, I was going to tie it in. I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
That you will probably bring it in all together, one piece once we get to that. But we might as well go ahead and transition into the championship weekend that we got coming. I guess.
Well, you want to recap last weekend? How do you want to do it? You want to talk about the games last week first before we get into the championship week?
Sure, we can do just a really quick summary on those games. But obviously, Bills Broncos was first. Broncos won, which anyone that tailed my Broncos money line hit. We lost on the under. Broncos won a close one. Very costly for them, though, because Bo Nix breaks his ankle. But all in all, pretty good game. Very on par with what the playoffs have been this entire time. And I think that when you look at that game, Josh Allen has 5 turnovers. Crucial, naturally, in a 3-point game. I mean, it's a game of margins, went to overtime. Josh Allen cries at the podium, says it's his fault, which...
Oh, shit.
Sure, but it kind of isn't because they're not there without him. I mean, there's a lot of different players. Ball over. Yeah, it's crazy. And of course, the Bills fire Sean McDermott, something I've kind of been saying that maybe should have happened last year. But
hold on. You're going too fast. If you're going to talk about...
we can say state of the game, but
no,
that's a part of the game. That's the reason why.
Let's talk about the best football player in the world. Let's talk about the best quarterback in the world. Let's talk about the quarterback who has deep playoff experience against quarterbacks who didn't. Let's talk about the GWH. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the MVP last year. Let's talk about how Lamar got Harbaugh fired. You know what I mean? Let's talk about all of these different narratives around this fucking quarterback who got put out in the second round by Bo fucking Nix and had 5 turnovers. He lost the fucking game. And then we still got Rex Ryan coming on TV defending him. We still got Greeny coming on TV defending him. And then people want us to watch these damn shows and think these guys are serious and watching the games, and their analysis on players are based upon the games. Either your analysis is fucked, or the way that you used to analyze the game and you actually used to give players too much credit for wins and losses was wrong. You either lying then or you're lying now.
Well, what's wrong with Greeny, Lee? Is it because he, a lot of people don't even talk about Greeny. He somehow is still there. And Martin Luther King Day was obviously this past Monday. Shout out to MLK. I'm sure we'll end the show talking a little bit more about him. But
is that Mike Greenberg?
Yeah.
About Mike Greenberg still working at ESPN?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a clip, obviously of him saying Martin Luther King Day. And this guy.
Well, you said Mike Greenberg, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So he there's certain Freudian slips that aren't supposed to happen.
Coon and King are not close. And we talked about raccoons earlier today.
Yeah, but to make that Freudian slip, that means you have called
him. You use that. Yes. That's all that means. It doesn't mean that you really meant to say it. It just means that it's in your verbiage.
And I will also tell you that does not make him racist.
It doesn't. But I'm just saying.
And I really wish
if that happened today, that nigga would not have a job.
No.
And he wouldn't.
It depends.
Today, he wouldn't work at ESPN. Maybe he'd be at Fox, but he wouldn't work at ESPN.
He's Mike Greenberg.
Is Green even that good to you? And we're not going to get into a whole topic on him, but I'm just curious.
Not to me, but the way
he's just a vet.
But the way that people in the industry talk about him, they say he's amazing. He gets credit for teasers, the Greeny tease. That's crazy.
New Kung Fu Kenny.
Yeah, that's you're wild, man. You're wild.
Hey, would a Greeny tease be a Greenberg?
Let me tell you, Lee, you just did the Sam Raimi Spider-Man joke, and nobody laughed. Do you know what that joke is?
I just know it wasn't a good one.
Well, you've seen Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock, right?
Who knows? Maybe.
You have. And he says, before we get started, was there anyone that lost a large stack of $20 bills in a rubber band? And then he says, well, we found the rubber band. And it's just that's a good one, Doc Ock. really had the whole place going crazy over it. It's a good joke, though. It's a good joke, but it's like,
Yeah, it's a dad joke. I know, but
exactly. That's basically it falls in that category.
But now here's where the media loses their credibility. Similarly in politics, the way that like Trump's
are we going to get to Jazz and Crockett? Are we going to have enough time to touch up on that when you said what you said? No.
Okay. No. We can table that ass itcher.
This is a Falcons show, Lee. So we can 5-minute the shit out of topics.
Yeah.
Go back and forth, get an opinion, and then close it, and then move to the next.
Yeah, I just really want to give Josh Allen the time that he deserves on this platform, because it appears that the national platforms are
Lee's happy that he was right about one of these great white hopes that didn't work out. He hated fucking Jokic. That shit aged like milk. You kind of hated Luka. I mean, the Luka hate is
my Luka hate
incomplete. It's incomplete.
It's incomplete.
Because he's like proved it, but then also like,
well, hold on,
man, look at this.
My thing on Luka was, how are y'all saying Luka is this, that, and the third, and James Harden isn't, when their games are the most similar? And Luka, although he led his team to the finals and James Harden didn't, Luka has not surpassed anything that James Harden has done. And if we're being honest, if James Harden played against a team that Luka played against to go to the finals with his team, he would have won that game. He would have won that series.
Do you think that – all right, well, time out. Sid, is your belief that if James Harden in – what year did the Warriors – 2020 – no, what year was that? The Warriors went 73-9.
Oh, no. That's 2016. 2016.
Damn. Yeah, it was. You're right. Kobe's last game.
I'm talking about the 2018. I'm talking about 2018.
But I'm saying if Harden that went to the West Finals against that Warriors team, if he was on the Luka team that Dallas won the West, would he have won the finals against the Celtics that year? If that was you just swap those two in history?
No, I doubt it.
So this is what I'm saying.
But I
do you think it's white bias?
No. You were right on my Jokic and all of this stuff.
I never understood why you hated Jokic like that.
I didn't.
It was crazy to me. I think Jokic is the best center ever.
No.
My opinion.
Yeah, I didn't hate Jokic. It's really nuanced, and I don't want to get into that today. We can actually unpack that one day. Like we can play.
We'll have plenty of time to discuss.
After Super Bowl. But the Luka thing was, my thing about Luka was, he's white, less athletic James Harden. And that's the category he needs to be put into.
God, they're damn near just both as good. I mean, and James Harden is one of the best scorers, but they're really on that same level.
Exactly. And James Harden's actually a better shooter than Luka. And
I agree. As a pure shooter, yes. I take Harden over Luka. But I think Luka, because he's bigger, he uses his body better.
And if we're being honest, I'm not talking about just stats. I'm talking about playing basketball. James Harden is a much better basketball player than Luka, because James Harden has been a sixth man and ran the second unit. James Harden has been a nigga who averaged 35 and 10.
Luka's got more career to go, though. He's young.
I know.
It's incomplete.
Yes, I know. But
you're saying at this point in Luka's career versus Harden at this point, you would take Harden.
Yeah, I'm saying Luke. Yes, but
like at year 9 or whatever, year 8, whatever year Luka's in, you would take Harden from what you know versus what you think Luka's gonna do.
Yes, and
the way I can agree with that.
But Luka is talked about like he is head and shoulders, and his ceiling is going to be above James Harden.
5 straight first team All NBAs.
That's
a metric kind of, but
it's stats. Like, and don't get me, I'm not shitting on him. He's fine. Like, I love to watch Luka play basketball. Like, but when you start talking about winning championships and the things that Luka does and doesn't do, and the way that it's hard to fit talent around that, like, there's not much difference between Luka and Joker.
And Westbrook.
No. I'm gonna say Luka and Joker. Hold on, hear me out.
I am. Go ahead.
But with Joker being a big man, who doesn't have to defend, doesn't have to guard every game.
The primary best player on the floor.
And you can bring in somebody to guard the bigs when Joker can't guard them if they're like the skinny, fast bigs. And he can still run the offense, whereas Luka is in a premium position where you actually need defense. It hurts. It's just different in building a team around them. So
all their usage ratios are damn near the same though. Like
exactly. Yes.
So he's on the floor. I'm just saying he's on the floor regardless.
But I'm saying positional fit, then the way it translates on the other end of the court.
AD didn't cook. I mean, maybe he did in the bubble a little, but like outside of the bubble, when they played the Lakers again, I went to game one of that Nuggets Lakers series.
AD got it. No, AD got his numbers.
I'm just saying, no. That's the knock on Jokic for GOAT center is defensively. At best, he's average.
Hold on,
but he also is somebody that led the NBA in steals.
Yeah, no, but hold on, you're about
as a center.
I know, but you're about to go into something that we're not talking about Jokic. I was only contextualizing my Luka hate is for that
Harden. I got
it. Was just that hey, y'all are bigging this guy up over somebody who's accomplished more in this league, playing a similar style. And is actually a better basketball player because James Harden can play off the ball and he can be a pass-first point guard and only score 20 points a game, and you still win. And Luka has not shown the ability to do that. And so just don't elevate Luka and then push Harden down. And at the time I made the take, they had the same numbers.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I can agree with you. Like, honestly, this is a good take, Lee, but this is why we do this show, right? Like, we're not going to agree on everything as we shouldn't, but more importantly, that's exactly why we created the show, because I think that we can challenge each other in this mode when it comes to this stuff. But I can agree with that take. I think that is a very good take in terms of that, because I'm not Harden ain't my favorite player. I know he's not your favorite player, but like
he's one of my favorites though.
He is again, I think you said this on the phone to me once. He has changed basketball more than Steph Curry to a degree. And a lot of people wouldn't agree with that because they think that Steph Curry is who revolutionized the idea of being a good three-point shooter and it being, because it's such a high percentage shot, but being so good at it, if you do it so many times, that analytically it makes sense. When James Harden's just as good, and if anything, he can pump. If he gets you, he's not going to get fouled cross, and then even still do a midi, and it's good too. Or go to the hole, he can dunk on you. Like Steph's not doing.
James Harden.
Steph Curry's offensive bag is not as great as James Harden's.
James Harden,
and we know this.
James Harden is a more capable,
and he's bigger.
Is a more capable offensive player than Steph. But Steph is just a better basket. He's just better.
He's just a better shooter. He's a better three-point.
But the point about James Harden,
that's not even say he's a better shooter. He's a better three-point shooter.
And the part about the game being more like James Harden is, Steph does a lot of stuff off ball. I watch youth basketball and I see a lot of bad threes. A lot of them don't come from off ball movement. It's all on ball ISO, and that's James Harden.
He's a dog.
Trey Young. He's in that James. That people try to compare him to Steph Curry. He's more James Harden than Steph Curry.
Oof, I don't know about that take, but
what do you mean? He has the ball in his hand. He's dictating the offense. He's drawn.
But how often did Steph not have? I think what era?
He never averaged 10 assists.
Look, Draymond has the ball in his hand. I get what you're trying to say, but
that's what I'm saying. Trey is more James Harden.
So do you think that Draymond Green before, and this is way outside, do you think that before Jokic became Jokic, because Draymond was, yes, they had Bogut, but
Draymond's a point guard.
Was Draymond a point power forward center before Jokic? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I was not,
even though he's 6'6".
I wasn't thinking about Draymond when I was talking, but
who has the ball in their hands on the wall?
No, but I was saying
it's a lot of ball movement, but I'm just saying he's still the point guard.
I would tell you that Draymond, Draymond's Draymond's a point forward. Draymond, he plays point forward like a 80s or 90s point guard in the sense that he's making everything happen and you have to watch the games to see it because his numbers aren't going to always show it.
Yeah.
But he's getting the hockey assist. He's setting that good screen that sets up the basket. He's making that extra pass. You know, Draymond does a lot of stuff that if you don't watch basketball, and honestly, if you haven't played basketball or really been taught to understand basketball by people who have played at a high level,
or been around high basketball. Period.
Or yes. Like you won't understand how good Draymond Green is at basketball.
Which is why the Kenyon Martin thing, to me, when he named, I guess, every forward he said was better.
That was internet.
Troll. Yeah, it's internet.
That was internet fodder, and the thing was Kenyon Martin, as somebody who watches Gil's show, is always complimentary of Draymond. The only thing he's ever said is he picks and chooses his fights. And Kenyon Martin was a nigga who fought in the NBA and is like, hey, dog.
It was good. And as a former, he was the number 1 overall pick, no?
Yeah, and he made an All-Star in 2004.
Yeah, I mean, he was good on a championship, on a East championship, a team that went to the finals 2 times in a row. He was the second best player on the team.
And he led the team in points.
In points. Yeah.
So, exactly. So he's the number 1 scoring option on the team that went to the finals 2 years in a row. So is Kenyon Martin better than Draymond Green at basketball? Yes. Does he have a better career? No. But that's a different conversation. Let's get back to these playoff shit. Yeah, Josh Allen deserves to get taken to the cleaners for underperforming. You brought up the head coach and firing. You said that it was common if they didn't get to the Super Bowl, didn't win the Super Bowl this year. You were okay with them firing him after last year, if I remember correctly.
That's correct.
I said keep him because I like what Pittsburgh and Baltimore does. I like continuity, but I understand why he got fired. I totally get it, and hopefully they can find a good offensive mind. And maybe bring back Dayball. I'm not mad at them trying to bring back Dayball.
Yeah, but Joe Brady was getting all those head coaching interviews. That's like 2 years, 3 years. I mean, he was a hot candidate after the LSU shit, but he gets a lot of stuff. He's in the building. I would not keep continuity in a situation like that.
No, I wouldn't either. Once I scorch the earth, I'm scorching the earth.
But that's why I kind of wouldn't bring Dayball back. It makes sense in a sense, but it's also kind of it's just more of the same. And that's why the Raheem hire for us, not to bring it back to that, it's just kind of we're bringing back more of the same. Get rid of that. And I know people could be like, well, what about Matt Ryan? He's part of that Super Bowl too. He's never been an exec, and he was the quarterback of the team. This has nothing to do with that. But I get it. Get the stench out of the building. If I'm Buffalo, to me, I want a proven winner. They should be just like how I feel like we should have been, which in the case that we were in, did we get a proven winner? No, because Stefanski's never won anything. But if the Steelers don't end up hiring McCarthy, I think that's who they should go after. I would go after an established coach this one. And make sure that his staff aligns with what you want his staff to look like more than anything. Who is not only going to get the most out of Josh Allen, but who's going to get the most out of the defense? Who can make the defense better than what it has been? Because we don't feel like, even though Josh Allen's weapons aren't great, he's got the leading rusher in the NFL. But the wide receiver position, there's a lot to be desired, which is we'll get it, I guess, into.
Hey, wrap this shit up, nigga. I ain't want to go.
Yeah, you're right. You're
right. Man, I don't give a fuck about the Bills.
Well, point being, Bills lose to Broncos. Not surprised. I picked the Broncos. Next game, we had Seahawks, 49ers. We can spend even less time on this. 49ers, blowout.
Yeah. Move on. San Francisco hurt.
Yeah. Seahawks look like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah.
And then the next day, what did we have? We had Texans, Patriots. We also took the Patriots in that one. I mean, I think, to me, New England was just I knew Nico Collins probably wasn't going to play. And as good as that defense is, the offense just wasn't going to produce. And if C.J. Stroud had four turnovers, he had like 5 fumbles in the Steelers game. He only lost 2 of them, but he had like 3 or 4 turnovers in that game. What did you think was going to happen in the snow as a dome team and a California guy going against a better team than the Steelers?
Hey, he played at Ohio State.
I don't care.
But yeah, I wanted Houston to win. But yeah, Vrab's the guy we had in the building. He's going on to the AFC Championship. And then we had Rams Bears, which before we get to the winning team, and I know you should probably open with the winning team, I just want to come on here and just take my medicine again. Caleb Williams is who they said he was.
Yes.
Both the good and the bad. The good outweighs the bad. But like the stuff that the great, the amazing, the number 1 overall pick stuff that we see that he does from time to time.
Yes.
It's why he was talked about the way that he was. Like that touchdown to Cole Kmet in the 4th quarter.
Stuff legends.
Like 4th down, should have been a sack, should have been incomplete, should have been not a touchdown. A crazy throw that he makes. His ability. Golly, I'm about to pull a Collinsworth.
Come on, suck him off.
But no, you know how sometimes Mahomes and even the guy across from him that day, Stafford, prime Aaron Rodgers, sometimes they just do stuff and it might be an incomplete pass. Or it might just be a 2-yard gain, but like they just make a throw and you're like, how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
I saw that in the clutch. I saw the stuff that I don't like from Caleb Williams, escaping the pocket and getting off schedule more than I'd like. And I saw it work in the clutch.
It's top tier quarterbacking, Lee.
Yeah, I can dislike the approach because I prefer Aaron Rodgers style.
Yeah.
But the results, the proof's in the pudding. And I've heard NFL players talk about him. And once I hear the players who've played against him give the praise when they don't have to give the praise, like when they're not talking about Caleb Williams or talking about NFL quarterbacks and they decide to put him in the conversation, you go, okay. Fuck what the media is saying. Yeah, he's
a guy.
I'm sold. Even if I don't like what I see, the people who are saying they like what they see like it more. And I'm not saying I don't like what I see. I don't watch enough Chicago games week in and week out. But no, Caleb Williams is him. And shout out to Matthew Stafford, man. I hope he wins this MVP in the Super Bowl because he's a Georgia guy. And if this makes Matthew Stafford to be remembered highly in his generation, he deserves it because it sucks to be Carson Palmer.
It does. You're not talked about often, and anyone, if you weren't somebody that saw it, you wouldn't realize that, man, Carson Palmer's not a Hall of Famer, but boy, he could play. He gave hope to the two franchises where he had the most success. The Bengals, I always was a team that I liked, even as a Falcons fan. It was a team I silently rooted for because
black coach.
I like Chad Johnson, TJ Houshmandzadeh. They had Rudy Johnson was one of the running backs. They had Corey Dillon was gone by then, but like
Cedric Benson, RIP.
RIP. Cedric Benson's he's a second cousin of mine. But like
yeah, I did know that.
Yeah. It's so crazy too, because like Martha Benson, like he's Texas, he's Waco.
Well, yeah.
But he's a cousin of mine. But like, I mean, I didn't know him. I never met him. But like he's related to me. And so
there are athletes in the family, got it.
Yeah. Deep on my dad's side, but
yeah.
I think his mom was my grandmother's aunt.
Okay.
But regardless, the thing is him, he's somebody that just won't get that appreciation either. Like it happens every era where we get those type of guys.
Hey, if you put Eli Manning like on a lie detector test and just asked him questions about Carson Palmer, who do you think Eli believes was the better quarterback
during their time in the league?
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna say himself.
No, I say lie detector test, like what he believes, not what he says.
Oh, I think he believes he's better than him because he's got Super Bowls.
I don't think he believes that.
I think he does.
I think
he might not be a good example of it though.
No, I'm just talking about just talent. Like you say, like this, that, and I'm willing to bet Eli Manning would say that Carson Palmer has more favorable characteristics as a quarterback than him on a lie detector. And I say that to say I want Matt Stafford to get this MVP because that cements you. He didn't get Super Bowl MVP in his Super Bowl. If he gets another Super Bowl, he has 2. That means
with an MVP award.
With the MVP, so he has more Super Bowls than Drew Brees, and he has an MVP. And now you just look at him differently.
Yes.
Like people will say, like some people like Colin Cowherd will say he was better than Aaron. Number 1
He was
pick.
never better than Aaron.
He just got fucked by Detroit. Which could be true, but
getting fucked by Detroit?
But I mean, he also went to the playoffs in Detroit. They fired my man after a 9-7 season, Jim Caldwell.
Well, who do we blame?
Jim Caldwell got fucked in both of his head coaching jobs, didn't he? 14-2 Colts, Peyton Manning next shit. They tank, they fire him.
Did he get fucked? I mean, he got set up in a position to where he was necessarily, it wasn't necessarily, I have to win today, but just more so of I've got to win. But I also don't necessarily, because I'm new, I'm learning on the job anyways, but my leash is shorter. Like 3 years was always going to be his max. All right, I'm sorry. His minimum was going to be 3. He went to a Super Bowl. He lost.
Peyton got hurt.
Peyton got hurt, yeah.
Then he goes to Detroit and turns things around.
Now that's where he got the raw deal. He got the raw deal. I don't know about Indy.
Well, they fired him after they fired him after the bad year when they drafted Andrew Luck. Well, maybe that was just a whole franchise sanitization.
It was a new era.
Yeah, but still, when you're the coach and Peyton Manning is out and he's going to be out for the whole season,
you're DeMar Hamlin.
Yes.
If you've been there a few years and you already hadn't won the big one and you've had Peyton Manning and you were having playoff failures.
And they're like,
but that's why I'm surprised McDermott lasted as long as he did. And Josh Allen is no Peyton Manning.
So with this week's games, give me the Rams, give me the Pats, repeat of 0-1. But I'm
repeat of Atlanta Super Bowl.
But I'm not gonna say. But I'm not gonna say that the Patriots start their new dynasty, even though it's year 3 for Drake. Year 2 for Drake May.
Yes.
Year 2, yeah. And Brady was what, year 3 or year 2?
Year 2. He was his rookie year. He didn't play. His second year, obviously, he had not played until.
Boy! So here goes your media storylines, because guess what? This is the sports entertainment business. And then when the media makes more money, the sports make more money. So here's your prediction, guys.
Well, I am going to wait unless you want me to do my picks right now.
No, just wait.
I'll wait for a prediction, but we got about 20 minutes if we keep it under 2, but I feel like we'll probably go a little over maybe for this.
No, I honestly can't. I got 3 phone calls I got to make.
Okay. Well, here, I'll quickly do this. I mean, my thoughts are this. Heartbreaking news for Denver. They got home field advantage. They're playing against a team that is beatable. So there's that. Then with Seattle and LA, I think that this is a game that it was arguably, there's been so many games of the year this year But that was one of the games of the year, the Thursday night game where Seattle did come back at home and 1-0 on a 2-point conversion of all things. That
Nigga,
game
let's talk about the national championship.
That game should be very interesting. I'm excited, and we'll get to the picks with it. But yeah,
you can talk about that shit with the picks. Let's get to the natty. The natty that no one cared about.
Signetti doing something that's never been done. For one, they were 16-0. I don't think any teams won 16 games in college football. They did. Obviously, it's Indiana. I think that's even more of the story. Like, there's no way that the Indiana Hoosiers are college football champions and they reign supreme. It's so weird to say still, but they did it, and they did it pretty convincingly, and they beat a lot of the teams that you would have wanted to see them play en route to doing it. Oh, and the Big Ten has won 3 straight national championships, and I think
we're not doing that.
That's the real conversation. Well, I don't think it's better. I'm going to Georgia hat, Lee. I don't think that the SEC is, but I'm just saying, is that a conversation?
No, it's not a conversation. It's absolutely.
That's 3 in a row. I'm just saying.
National championships are not the only determining factor of conference strength. And in today's college football, where the portal's wide open and the NIL money is flowing, what is a conference? Conferences used to have an identity. Conferences used to recruit a certain type of player.
Do you believe that the identity is gone from conferences?
The identity is gone from college football.
Okay.
It hasn't gone from the fans yet because they're still alive. But the identity of college football is gone. The Rose Bowl doesn't matter anymore. The Peach Bowl doesn't matter anymore.
But that sounds like tradition more than anything.
Yeah, all of that stuff is gone. And that's what makes college football great, the regionalism of it. And the few times a year you get these cross-regional matchups. You know, like how many years did you want to play against Ohio State or Miami?
Or LSU. Well, see, that was the thing with the SEC even back then, and we're talking mid-2000s, Bush era. The thing was, before Saban goes to Bama, the SEC was always still looked at as this superior conference, but like at the same time, and notice you didn't name any SEC teams when you named how many times a year did you want to play them?
Well, I was talking about the Georgia fan.
But the thing is, yes, okay, but yes, from the Georgia perspective, yes, because we were never going to be. We were always a very good team, but we were never a championship expectation team.
But I was just saying, like, we knew.
But the SEC was also every other year. It was a good, whether it was Florida, and I'm talking, like I said, prior.
I was saying those teams because it's like the only chance we will get to play them is in either in a natty or a big bowl game the end of the year.
Yes.
And it was a thing, right? But now these bowl games are corporate shit, so they still make their money, and they don't make their money off the fans. They make their money off the corporate sponsorships. Bro, I know we're supposed to be praising Indiana, but Indiana winning a national championship is a prime example of how money has ruined college football. And it has very little to do with Indiana. Yes, Indiana has Mark Cuban as an alum. Joe Buck too. Just throwing that out there. So
I didn't know that Joe Buck went to Indiana. Interesting.
Yeah. So the well is wet over there. Okay.
Well, but that goes back to these big schools in the Big Ten.
Yeah, there's more money.
Huge. They're huge, but they're huge.
They're bigger.
They have
they're bigger
70,
schools.
80, 90,000 enrollment.
Yeah, they're bigger schools, and they have more rich alumni because they're bigger schools.
They're Midwest.
Yeah. So
yeah.
What now was about coaching development, and yes, the leadership in college football was being overly compensated while the labor was not being properly compensated. Hey, that's the American way.
Yeah, it's business.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that I like it, but then when you create a space for labor to make money without guardrails, that's always stupid because now individuals control institutions because institutions have like no control over individuals, and institutions always work better than individuals, even if you're an individual getting fucked by an institution. Just throwing that out there. Like for a society at large, strong institutions are better. And right now, the NCAA, the conferences, the schools themselves, not many of them are strong institutions. Georgia football is still a strong institution. We didn't win a national championship.
But that's because Kirby lives and dies on the hill that is Georgia.
But yes, but like
because they would be going after Mensa to replace Gunner, and not that Gunner's the reason we didn't win, but like if he wanted to upgrade, if he wanted to do.
Kirby could have dropped the bag and got Fernando Mendoza if he really wanted.
Yes, he could have gotten, and same with this cycle, because you know the Mensa thing, the guy at Duke, he is good. He's very good. He's better than Gunner Stockton. He's not going to do Gunner wrong because he has a way that he's building the program, and he's saying, you wait your turn, you will be rewarded. Carson left on his own merit. He's coming off an injury. Gunner comes in. Gunner had waited. It's Gunner's turn. Carson leaves. Plus, Carson wanted more money. He got it. He went to the national championship. Congratulations to him. But, like, Kirby is an example of not being like Dabo, right? Like, Dabo is against this stuff, but, like, at the same time, Kirby adjusts to it, but also still keeps his tradition in the way that he wants to run his program.
And what's going to happen is Kirby will have some seasons in the short term that we won't be proud of. And I'm not saying they're going to be bad seasons. There may be a season like this year. There may be a lot of them. But when you look at what Kirby's doing over the long haul, over other institutions, you're going to see that, Georgia's a consistent top program, not just a top program in this 5-year window.
Yes.
Or in this recruiting cycle.
There's never a year that they won't be in the top 3 in Vegas odds. Because they were number 2 this year behind. Well, they were like Ohio State and Texas were like tied to start, but then Georgia was like 3rd. So they will always be a betting favorite, a favorite amongst eye test people in general. They are the equivalent of what Nick Saban Alabama is.
I won't go that far because we don't have as much hardware and we haven't had as much time. But
but they're still going to be I'm just saying from a.
We're gonna open damn near. We're gonna open every season and close every season in the top 10 regularly.
Exactly.
But the game was meh. I didn't care about the game.
Second half was way more entertaining. Of course, I know we talked a good portion of the first half, but the second half was much more entertaining. I went and got the bottle of liquor that I told you I was thinking about. I went and got that, and the game was just better. It sucks because Indiana cost me. If Indiana had won the second half, I would have won like $6,000 on a $50 bet. That's not here nor there, but that was still a part of it. And gosh, we didn't get to get into this whole. We'll have to say that I guess for next week.
Where we at on time?
We'll have that week in between the Super Bowl, anyways. But where
we at on time?
Well, we got about 12 minutes, and so, it was a snoozer in the first half. The second half was certainly better. Mendoza makes his Heisman moment in the national championship game with that run, no doubt. And some could say maybe the throw he made against Penn State was the Heisman moment in regular season, but that play will live in lore when they do the highlight package for national championships for years to come.
And
him diving and taking the shot, and the fact anyone that watched the game will always remember they did that on a 4th down up 3 in the 4th quarter.
And we saw that Adidas on the field, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Make America Nike again.
Yeah, well, now we got these libs running the damn office.
Do you want to talk about the NBA All-Star starters at all?
We might as well touch on it. I mean, we got about 10 minutes. I don't see why not. Let's give it 2 minutes.
I sent it to you somewhere, didn't I?
I know it off the top of my head. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson,
Jaylen Brown,
Giannis, and who's the 4th All-Star starter in the East?
I don't know.
It's a foreigner, Giannis. So,
You already
I
said
named
Giannis.
all the Americans. I named all the Americans because those are the 4 Americans that
Well,
are
no,
going to be.
you said Giannis twice.
Giannis, Jalen, Cade, Jalen. No, Jalen, Giannis, Cade. Who did I just miss out on? Jalen, Giannis, Cade.
I'm pulling it up right now. Jalen, Cade, Giannis,
Maxey. Okay. Maxey was who we were missing. So pretty weak Eastern Conference stars, if I'm being honest. In my
It's
opinion.
not weak. It's just because it's positionless. It's guard.
That's weak. That shit's weak. And then in the West, very superior. You got Wemby, Jokic, Steph, Luka, and
Shea.
There you go, league MVP. And so
kick Steph out
just because in reality, numbers wise, that was an OG move. But look, I mean, think about it. And LeBron made sense because he missed so much time before the season started, regardless.
And the Lakers don't like him.
And I just think that the NBA in general, there's not LeBron fatigue because there's just so many Bron sexuals still that that are here. And
I don't even think it's the Bron sexuals, bro. I think it's the Bron haters that actually fuel it.
Yeah, but I don't even think anyone hates LeBron anymore. It's just more of a.
They still do.
They hate him in terms of when it comes to legacy greatest of all time talks. Nobody cares about him currently.
Nah, bro. I'm actually less of a LeBron fan today than I.
It's time for him to go in a weird way. It's going to be a sad day when LeBron James seriously is not playing basketball. But
let's get back to the All-Star game because we're short on time.
Right.
Hey, look here. Ant-Man is averaging 30 on 50% shooting and 40% from the 3. He's a higher speed than Steph. I don't care if Steph is the OG. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't. And I respect Steph. And Steph is supposed to be an all-star starter because he's Steph. But if Kevin DeFlacco ain't an all-star starter, put that young man Edwards in because by all the metrics that matter to the media, and I get it, there's a fan vote that goes into that. But if I'm averaging 30, I'm a higher seed than you, and I'm averaging 30 efficiently, nigga, I'm an all-star starter. I should be an MVP. We being honest.
Better question, and we can run through this super duper quick. Just name off the top of your head some of the people you think are going to be reserves. We know.
I don't know. I don't know because there's going to be 16 Americans and 8 foreigners. So
Denny Avdia is going to be one with the Blazers. He'll be one of the foreign players, no doubt.
I'm just
he's kind of all-star deserving, but
he has all-star numbers.
Yeah. The Blazers are competitive.
Bro, the NBA All-Star game is just stupid. They've lost sight of it. Gilbert Arenas, I quote him a lot here. He talked about how to improve.
We didn't even get into any of Gil's Arena either on all this after we talked about it and said we were going to do it.
I forgot what they talked about.
A lot of things. But we kind of addressed it anyways with the Falcons stuff. But
oh, yeah. You talking about that football show. Fuck them. I don't watch that shit. Gil said, hey, the problem with the All-Star game is it's an exhibition game, but they call it worse than they call the playoffs.
Right.
So niggas stop playing. And again, that's stuff you can't get from the media necessarily, or even retired players who just talk about it but didn't play in it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I done went to the basket and I done got hit across my head and they ain't even calling it. Oh, I'm not going to the basket no more. I'm just shooting threes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get hurt for games that matter, the playoffs, my legacy, have Skip Bayless talking bad about me because I got hurt in the All-Star game trying to play hard to make the fans happy. But the league's not protecting me. And I just think the league is so far removed from the fans because if you're going to do a U.S. versus world All-Star game, 12 versus 12, my nigga. And also, why don't we make it North America versus the world? because that helps your numbers.
It helps by giving you Canadians, but like
the Canadians come to America
and would Central America and like the Caribbean, but
yeah, the Caribbean.
There's not very many South American players.
No,
that are all stars. Like
Cat has claimed his Dominican citizenship. Imagine that nigga playing for the world team. Nigga, you from New Jersey.
And that's the issue with it too. They just don't. They didn't set it up right. But
Donovan Mitchell, he Panamanian.
He's Panamanian, yeah. All right.
I mean, your grandparents are Panamanian. I'm not shitting on your on that, but nigga, no, you're American. You should play for Team USA.
We had spoke on that, but look, we've got about 4 minutes, so let's get into this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Parlay P's NFL Championship
Sixers. All right. I've got a flaming hot six-pack. Obviously, we're down to 2 games, so it makes it a little bit harder. So I did this. I did a 3-3. We got 3 props. We got 3 game picks. I'll start off with the props just because the props, anyone can do those on a lot of those. So we're going to start off with one. Jarrett Stidham, over 198.5 passing yards. Really low to me. New England's got a solid secondary, but give me the over here. Next, we got Jackson Smith and Jigba, JSN, presumptive offensive player of the year, over 6.5 receptions. I love his receptions prop. He absolutely should get it in a championship game like this. Next, we got Kenneth Walker, who what's his face is out. Zach Charbonnet's out. I like under 19.5 carries. I don't think he gets 20 carries. I don't think he gets it. So those are going to be our player props as a part of this six-pack. And then next we'll get into the game. We'll start off first with the AFC Championship. A lot of people are not going to like this and they're not going to agree, but I like the Broncos on the money line. So give me Denver on the money, plus 210. They're the upset of the week. And then we'll go to the Rams game. First, we're going to start off with the over-under. I like over 45 in this game. I bought a 1.5, but hey, I'm cheating. So give me over 45. I believe that this game is going to end up going over. And then finally, who is going to play the Broncos in Parlay Pete's Super Bowl? I like the Rams as a dog at Seattle. Give me the Rams on the money line. They are also a dog. Not nearly as big as Denver, but I like the Rams. So give me both dogs this week.
All right. So we got Stidham over 198.5 yards. We got JSN over 6.5 receptions. We got Ken Walker under 19.5 carries. We got the Broncos on the money line. We got Rams at the Seahawks over 45. And we got the Rams on the money line.
There you go.
You like it. I love it.
And when you love it, that means it's time for
Lead 3.
Lead 3.
All right. So for Lead 3 this week, give me Stid. On the over 198.5. He's a highly paid backup quarterback, and Sean Payton's calling the plays.
He's covered that number 3 out of his 4 games that he started, by the way.
Oh, even better. Give me that over 45. I think there's going to be some points scored in that Rams Seahawks game.
And 24-21's a push.
Yeah.
Even in that game. Yeah.
Give me the Rams on the money line. I told you earlier.
You don't like Denver. I knew you didn't like Denver.
Fuck no.
Okay, I like Denver.
In another Super Bowl. But hey, man, it's been a great week, Parlay Pete. Enjoyed it. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
I do. Hold on. And I literally wrote this down. And I promise it won't. We're not going to go over time. I just have to pull it up because I
may have to go over time because we didn't talk about MLK at all.
Well, you can do that for your 30 seconds.
All right. So my quick piece on MLK. Hey, let's stop the pussification of Martin Luther King. Yes, he was a pacifist. Yes, that he was nonviolent. But Dr. King, his movement was not about drinking from white water fountains or riding white buses. It was about Black people having an equal opportunity in this country, both socially, economically, politically, in all walks of life. Having your shot fairly based on your merits. Nothing more, nothing less. So stop trying to make King seem like he just wanted us to eat out the white man's hand and live off of welfare. Go study what he actually said and stop just taking the spoon-fed narrative that's handed to you. Mind you, he was tracked by the government. The FBI tried to ruin his marriage and ruin his movement, and now that same government are the people who are creating the holiday. Let come on now.
We definitely went over because it's right at 2 hours right now. But this is what I have to say, and this honestly goes into what you just said. I won't specifically go into MLK, but I will say this, and I'm going to quote somebody that spoke at our great college, and I'm sure has a great admiration and respect for MLK. When you're a black man in this country, you can't compartmentalize. You must compartmentalize to stay sane. And I'll leave you all with that.
All right, no, great show, man.
No, I was quoting right.
No, I don't.
Chris Webber on a fucking NBA broadcast.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Man, when you're wait, just hear me out. When you're a black man in this country, you can't compartmentalize. You must compartmentalize to stay sane. What the fuck is he talking about?
It's tough out here being a rich 6'10" black man.
I don't know. Lee, it's been a pleasure as always. Great show. We'll be back next week.
All right.